across the state, honoring some of the individuals. Just day before yesterday, along with our Tamil Nadu governor, we were in a small village near Erode, a place called Odanilai. Odanilai is a place with about 50 houses now. We were there to celebrate the birth anniversary of a warrior called Dheeran Chinnamalai, the 257th birth anniversary. We were right in his village. There was a foundation, COSEC, which was organizing this festival. So going there, looking at his life, I could very clearly see Dheeran Chinnamalai in his element. 257 years before born, at 35th year, he was able to enter into an alliance with Tipu Sultan, able to merge the army, take on the British near Coimbatore, successfully defeating them once, and finally getting caught and hanged. And all those places are small rudimentary places in an Indian history now. We got to go search for that area. Likewise, the last 1 year, my journey as the BJP state president of Tamil Nadu, and during the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebration, I had the privilege to travel across the nook and cranny of Tamil Nadu, many places. There is a place called Nelkatta and Seval in Tenkasi. It's a small village. You go there, you will be amazed to stand in the same land where Pulithevar, the great warrior, took on the British. It's a small village now. There is a small memorial built for him. But mightily all these people took on the British. I'm talking of 200 years back, 250 years back, knowing fully well they'll be captured, they will be killed, because British had the very famous war strategy of picking their enemies one at a time, finishing them, then going and searching for the next enemy. So all those people in this year-long celebration are coming out in the open, and we are reading them, especially our young generation, who were taught a particular history that these people are great, they are great, and India is like this. Looking at our brave men and women 250, 300 years far, living a life with ethics, with honesty, with dharma. So that is why recently I was reading an article which says, India is supposed to be a civilizational state. But last 70 years or so, we are portraying our nation as a nation state. A civilizational state has to have dharma as this root. It has to preserve its culture. Any nation which is rightfully doing it will be a civilizational state. There are hardly very few civilizational states in this world. And India can proudly claim as one of the preeminent civilizational states in existence now. And these are all the people who are celebrating during this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. All those people, the culture that they brought out in the open, the values that they stood for, the dharma for which they fought, they have made our country to be a civilizational state in which we are living as the proud citizen of our country here. Any place we travel now, if we take some time out, we listen to the history of this place, 100% I can tell you all the places from which we come from, we can see one history somewhere hiding there. There is not a place in our country which doesn't have an history. Most of the villages have a glorious history of 1,000 years. Many of our village records, it dates back to British time, even before the oral record, the history that we can keep hearing. No other country can claim that any village where even now 100, 200 people live can claim to 1,000 years of history. And that is why I feel very happy some of the authors, some of the books that is being discussed here, it rightly points to that element. I was also very curious to see an author talking about India's lost gods. Rightfully, after Narendra Modi ji has taken over as India's Prime Minister, 225 idols belonging to our country, some dating back thousands of years, repatriated and brought back to our country, and many of those idols belong to Tamil Nadu. 16th century, 15th century, some even 12th century idols, looted, taken out of the country at different points of time. It took a Prime Minister 8 years, he has brought about 225 artifacts and counting. Last 70 years, if we count the number of artifacts that is brought into our country, I think it is less than 50. This clearly shows the person sitting at the top of affairs, a person running a country, what ethos with which they are seeing a country. All those idols are not some piece that is brought into our country and kept into a museum or even some idols taken into a temple. And in Tamil Nadu, in some places, the worship has also begun. After 2 centuries, there is an idol, a Shiva. The worship has begun now. It is not for that. It is very importantly to convey a message. It's a civilizational country. All the artifacts that we are bringing back, it is giving back our own history. I'm just giving you one thing which I found a speaker talking about it tomorrow. Likewise, this LitFest is very, very important. We have seen the trouble the organizers have taken in the first year, the second year to make this happen. The only thing people are angry at the organizers are angry at this LitFest in Puducherry because they're talking of an history that was hidden for a pretty long time. They don't want all these things to come out. They don't want people to talk, or importantly, they don't want people to hear. That is why this 4th edition, I'm very happy it has coincided with 2 important things: 75th year of independence and 150th year of Sri Aurobindo's birth anniversary. You will not believe, a year back when I was in Madurai, our district president took me to a place. He said, "You got to come to a memorial and pay your respects." I said, "What is that?" He told me there is a memorial called Perungamanallur Pillar, right in the heart of Madurai. You got to come here. I said, "I've never read in my history book what is this memorial." He told me this is a memorial when Jallianwala Bagh happened up north in Punjab. The same time in Perungamanallur, a place in Madurai, 16 people from a Kallar community, they were standing up against the British because this community was classified as a criminal tribe. They wanted the British to remove the whole community from the criminal tribe list. Same way in which Jallianwala Bagh happened, the British brought their troops and all those people were gunned down right in the middle of the road. There is this memorial. But unfortunately, many of our textbooks don't talk about it. And I'm very glad after the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebration has happened, it is forcing a lot of district administration, a lot of government officials to go there, hunt for all those memorials, to honor, in many instances, even to find the offsprings, the current generation of freedom fighters, to bring them and honor them in each of the stage. I think that is the greatest contribution this 1 year of this celebration has done. And now when Pandi LitFest is doing this today, tomorrow and day after, it is going to put in the public domain a lot of new history, original history, a lot of history that is supposed to be told, and importantly, some of the finest books that is available here. This, I believe, will give a course correction to our country. This course correction is a must, especially for our young generation. They have to understand the arc of history has to always bend towards moral justice. I remember politician Barack Obama keep mentioning this particular line. The arc of history has to go towards moral justice. And this particular year, what our Honorable Prime Minister and the government is doing, a lot of moral justice is happening. By this new history, not only are we learning